Hello everybody, how are you doing? Hope that everything is great. In this video, we will be building a power bank. You can find a lot of boards that you can use to build your power bank around it. However, the best one of them that I can find is the IP5328P. This board has a lot of features we will be reviewing while looking into the datasheet. To beef things up, we will be using the Quick Charge Wireless module to make our power bank capable for wireless charging. This is the datasheet of the board, and it has a lot of information about the board. Here we can see that it can charge up to 5 amps for several types of batteries. We are gonna use the 4.2 volt battery. Also, it can discharge at maximum 12 volt at 1.5 amps or minimum at 5 volt at 3.1 amps. The maximum power output is 18 watts. It has a lot of information. You need to go through it if you are gonna use it. It's very helpful. Let's go for the next step. We will connect the power bank module to the wireless charging module. Normally the wireless charging module is getting external power through a micro USB port. As it will be inside the container, so we need to connect it directly to the power bank module. The easiest and safest is to connect it to the USB-A port, as the USB-C port is supporting the power delivery, which can reach up to 12 volt. 12 volt will get the wireless charging module burned out. Batteries will be connected to the battery port of the power bank module. We will use 4 18650 lithium-ion batteries for this power bank. To ease the solution, I'm using a battery container instead of spot welding the batteries together and to make it easy to replace the batteries in the future. Each one of them is about 3100 mAh. They will be connected in parallel. We will solder the wires to the container instead of soldering to the batteries itself. The 3D printed container has posts to mount everything in its place. We will be using 2 mm screws to mount them. I will use XT60 connectors to connect the battery set to the power bank module. Now we are ready to test the connectivity between the battery set and the power bank module. Looks good till now. Let's move forward. It's time for the wireless charging module. Let's start working on it. We need to connect the positive terminal to the positive terminal in the USB-A in the power bank module and the negative to the negative. I located the positive and negative pole locations. And I decided to do the soldering to the back of the wireless charging board. Now we can test the wireless charging module. It doesn't work. I did some investigation to find the problem, and as you can expect, when I flipped the board, I switched the positive and negative. Now it works. Let's assemble the container. To transfer the indication lights for the battery level, To the outside of the container, we will be using an optic fiber plastic. One end will be touching the LED at the board, the other end will be exposed to the outside of the container. We should be done by now. However, I discovered some problems with the container. The openings for the USB cables are really small, so it needs to be widened a little bit. To reach the button on the board from outside of the container, there is a small button. The space for this button is really small, so it's keeping the button on the board pressed all the time. This prevents the board from functioning correctly. And this is the new container. I avoided most of the problems that I found. And as you can see, the height is much lower. And this is the final test. It works perfectly. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave it down here. Thank you.